Well, hello, everybody. Colleen, hello. How are you out there? Hello. My name is Mitchell Osborne. If you don't know me already, you can find me at mitchellosborne.com. I am a tarot card reader, animal communicator, psychic and medium. Pet psychic is what an animal communicator is. I also do mindfulness transformation coaching and using hypnosis, hypnotherapy, EMT, NLP, EFT, all that good stuff. So it is Sunday night, October the 18th. Hey, Elizabeth. And 2020 is the year, and I'm doing a little talking animals with Mitchell. So I'm just going to welcome you, set an intention, just kind of see what's been going on with you guys. Pull an oracle and a tarot card from one of my favorite decks, the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck from Bernadette King. And then just kind of see if you have any questions about animal communication. And then I'm just going to do just a couple one-card readings from the tarot deck of the Arc Animal Tarot. So we'll probably be together about 25-30 minutes. So thanks for hanging out with me. So the intention, hello, Sangeeta. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. So yes, let me set the intention for anybody watching this. If you're live, if you're in the archive from YouTube or Facebook, because I save it over on YouTube as well. So you can always go back and find the playlist of Talking Animals or the playlist for Psychic Shenanigans with me and V, or the playlist for what else do I do? Mindfulness. So yeah. All right, so take a couple deep breaths. Oh, good. I'm glad I pronounced it correctly. So take a couple deep breaths with me, and the intention that I want to set for us is this. That we, and collectively, the energy is powerful, that we would move from false beliefs, illusions, and ignorance to truth with love, kindness, and compassion. I set the intention that we would receive healing, guidance, confirmation, grounding, centering, balance, peace, harmony, alignment, joy, abundance, love, great care, compassion, health, wellness, safety, courage, and encouragement. I set the intention that we would resonate, operate, and vibrate in the highest frequency of that divine source, that pure white light, love, God, goddess energy that we can. I call on any and all of your, my angels and guides, and those we work with on the other side of whether we know who they are or not, into this time that we have together, as long as they stay in high vibration and play nice. All of this for our highest good and greatest growth, I say, and so it is, and so it is. And yes, I have it memorized because I've just said it so much. The very first part I pulled from a book I just finished. It is the Sutras of Enlightenment and Healing, where the belief is that all healing comes through the mind, and it's about moving from those false beliefs, ignorance, and delusions of this life that we're in, and we're manifesting and creating into truth, which is when the healing comes in. So, hey, Bonnie, it's good to see you here. So, yeah, so how are you? Oh, bing, the light comes on. It's automatic. How are you? Hope all is well. If you want, let me know where you are watching from, and if you're watching in the archive or the replay or whatever, you can tag me, you can @ me, and let me know, and then I'll see it and say hi back. I'm pretty good about responding, or at least liking and hearting things. Not always able to respond with a lengthy message, but I do the best that I can. So I'm in Central Florida, USA, Orlando. And yeah, had a good day. Florida here, all right. DeBerry, yay! All right, we got a lot of Floridians here. Wonderful. So I am going to be over in Merritt Island, Richmond, Virginia. All right. I'm going to be over in Merritt Island on Halloween Day from 11 to 4 at Book and Bead bookstore. You can find that. I've got it posted somewhere on my Facebook page, or you just private message me. But yeah, I'll start advertising this week as well. But yeah, I'm going to be doing like little 15-minute mini tarot readings or animal communication readings. So I usually fill up. So once I put the information out there, call in quick and get it booked. I was going to be doing something here in Central Florida, but it just COVID kind of kept it from getting very booked. So I want to now read one card for the collective from Tarot and from the Arc Animal Tarot deck. And this is really a beautiful deck. I truly have fallen in love with it. The images are gorgeous. And the tarot is very smart. Bernadette did a great job. She had wise counsel. She knows tarot herself, but I also know that she, really had counsel with bringing the images, the animals to the actual tarot cards or the tarot numbers and suits. So this is just a one-card collective read for everybody who watches this. So if you're watching this, this is for you. And the tarot I usually pull for more of like what's going on in our physical world, this illusion, this physical world that we're living in. So the card is the Jaguar or the Queen of Swords. So I would say really step into your truth, because queens have risen to the top of their suit. Swords are about logic and reason and matters of communication. So really step into your truth. If you have trouble doing that, you can invoke the Jaguar. You can also wear some blue, because that is usually throat chakra. And then some of the keywords here are quick wit, facing demons, and profound transformation. And I love the profound transformation, because I think that goes along with what I was just talking about, is that, moving from the false beliefs and illusions. And because the healing truly comes from the mind. So with those key words, profound transformation, the Queen of Swords is a master of her words and her wit, and she knows how to transform her life. So this is a really good time for you to utilize this Jaguar. Cool things that you can use the animals for. If the Jaguar is a totem of yours, and a totem is typically an animal that for a long period of time, most of your life, if not good many years, it keeps popping up. You're drawn to it. If all of a sudden, from when you were 5 years old, you're collecting frogs, probably an animal totem. So step into that energy. A power animal is often one like this Jaguar, Queen of Swords. Say you need to go into a meeting, you got to lead it, you got to reprimand, you got to take care of things. Step into this energy. Think of how she's prowling forward, and use the power of that animal. And then spirit animals, often when it's kind of like a drive-by message. It's maybe when they pop into your life, or you see an image on TV of a Jaguar and you kind of go, why does that keep sticking with me? Why does that stick with me? That's probably the spirit component of the animal coming at you. So totems are usually there for long periods of time. That's not always the case. Spirit usually come in, come out, and they bring messages and things like that. Power animals are where you can kind of step into, utilize their strength, their tenacity, their, just natural abilities to help you grow and learn and bring power into your life. All right, so now the next card is from the Oracle deck, and there's some magical beings in here as well. And this is more for what do we need to know, kind of like spiritual. What's going on spiritual that we need to kind of connect with or figure out. So from the spiritual realm, what do we have? Shut up, cheetah. I love it. 2 fast big cats tonight. So for the cheetah, I love that this little one is sitting on top of what appears to be mama or daddy. So just looking at the card, and this is Oracle, so I'm going to come in from it a little more intuitively. Really keep an eye on those around you. Really keep an eye on those who need your help. The little ones, the younger ones, the naive ones. Keep an eye out for any predators, but also feed, nourish, and take care of them. Now, the couple of the key words, speediness, shrewdness, and loquacious. So loquacious, I believe, is like a smooth talker. Shrewdness, being conscious of like where you're spending your money and your time. Speediness, make it quick, make it fast. So there's some of the dominant, yay. Just beautiful energy. So there's your message for more of the spiritual kind of a thing. So be very open to what's going on spiritually around you. Protect those from maybe some spirit things that are happening and stuff like that. Hey, Michelle from Maine. Hope you're doing well up there in the chilly. So today was a chilly day. It was only up in like the high or the low 80s. So there's your message from the tarot world and from the spirit oracle world. So I wanted to ask if you have any questions about spirit power, totem animal, or you've had any weird animal situations in the past week or two. And as you are typing in your questions, I do want to remind you, this is on my list, we are in Mercury Retrograde. And this is when Mercury, the planet, appears to be going backwards in the sky. And what it really is, and I'm looking up some other keywords, what it really is is the appearance of we're overtaking the planet, so it looks like it's going backwards. Like if you're driving down the highway, you're going faster than the car next to you. It's not going backwards, you're just overtaking it. And that's what retrograde typically means in the world of astrology, the planetary system. And Mercury is a god of communication, the planet of communication, electronics, all things like that, the workings of things. So oftentimes people say, oh my gosh, communication is going to break down, back up your computers, do all this stuff. Yes, it's wise to do that. Just like if the weatherman says it's going to rain today, you may completely dodge the rain all day long. You may be in that part of town where there is no rain. You may be in Florida where you're inside, then it stops raining, you're outside, you're like, did it even rain? So, be cautious, be wise. But also here's a great time. Mercury is a great time to do the following, and you'll figure out where this kind of goes. It's a great time to review, renew, revive, reclaim, release, restore, rekindle, replenish, revitalize, reinvent, reflect, redo, revamp, remove, renegotiate, and reconnect. So all the re's. Hey, Lorraine. All those things are a great time to do during this retrograde period, which started November 14th, a couple days ago of the recording of this, goes through, October 14th through November 3rd. October 14th through November 3rd of 2020. Now, just like the sun doesn't pop up over the horizon, it slowly comes up and you get a little sunlight, then you finally see it, so the dusk and the dawn. So they call it shadow. So maybe 2-3 weeks before retrograde, you started feeling some of the shadow. 2 to 3 weeks after, you feel some of the shadow as well. At least that's what all my people I look into, my teachers, David Palmer, the Leo King, Michael Luton, Mark the Midwest Medium is an amazing astrologer. And then also I cannot leave out Joni Patry. She does Vedic, so it's a little different than the others that I work with. But so Lorraine said, Deer Stag seems to be in your mind for a while now. What would that mean? Yay, from Norwich, UK. So the Deer Stag, so it's very regal in its nature. I don't have the card right in front of me to pull, but the deer and the stag, again, very regal. The horns represent that kind of like the crown. So there's a lot of that. And when I tap in intuitively, I'm feeling like step into your power. And everybody watching, I'm going to type into the chat room. Let's see. I got to tap it down here. This is a great resource. www.spirit-animals.com. So that is a really great resource. Or what you can literally do is just type in deer, animal, totem, meaning, and boom, you can pull it up. But that's a great resource to go to because it doesn't have obviously every one of them. And then the deer stag. Let me see if I can do this real quick since you did ask. Another great Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Barron Reed is another one that I work with. And you can't really see if you can see like it's the deer and the stag is what's on the cover of it. So let me see if I can just pull that up real quick. Now that you said that, I remembered I can go to it pretty quickly. So let me see. Did you actually say? Yeah, you did say deer. So deer is bringing the gentle touch. Is it really, just bringing that gentle touch? And then let me look up, see if I can find the stag real quick. And these are just quick little keywords. Okay, there we go. So take the lead. Yeah, so it was that leadership, that regalness with the stag. So the stag is very different from the deer. Stag is like leadership, very masculine. Deer would be a little more feminine, more receptive, tender touch kind of a thing. And then fox obviously can be cunning, sneaky, sly, but sometimes you might need that. When you're trying to get out of work and not do something, you might have to sneak out. So let's see, Natasha. Oh, Mitchell, I hope you're well. As the planets are in retrograde and Pluto is is evoked and there are ending and new beginnings. My cat Nikki is really sick and the vet said, felt a mass. Oh my goodness, sending you some high vibes, you and Nikki. So you said she doesn't think even surgery would help her at this point. So, and Natasha, here's a couple of things you can do. Just do some simple Reiki work and just some simple energy work on Nikki, and either it will help the transition or it might bring about full-on healing. But the challenge is you want to honor what's going on in Nikki's life. So, in other words, don't think you know what's best. In other words, when you offer the healing, avoid saying, I'm sending you healing energy for full recovery so you can have many more years. That's you trying to, say what she needs, what her soul, her spirit needs. Just say, I'm offering you beautiful, high vibrational healing energy for your highest good, for your greatest growth, for my highest good, for my greatest growth, because she's in your life. And you can just rub your hands together. You can move your hands from the head to tail, head to tail. You can put one hand on the heart, maybe the right hand or the dominant hand, and the other hand on the tail, and just allow the beautiful energy to move through her. And just see what happens. It definitely will bring you closer together, make a better connection. Jamie advised Fox me a while ago. All right, cool. Lorraine, you're welcome. Yes, 2 connections with me today, Lorraine. I know you got your spread today, and yeah, I saw you post that. It was a good one. I'm glad. So Natasha, hope that helps. And if you want, Natasha, if you want to dig a little deeper, I'm going to type a person's name in the chat box. So this is for Ferris J on YouTube. Go to YouTube and Google Ferris J, and you can even put like animal or EFT, but she does a lot of videos for animals in distress. She's where I picked up on and did the animal tapping for missing animals, the EFT tapping for missing animals. But she does a lot that she can help you with that in the meantime, either for a smooth, loving transition or for full recovery, or at least a recovery, where Nikki can have, just a great life and maybe more days than if you didn't do anything. But yeah, it's definitely worth trying. So, all right, you guys. So I am going to do, so listen up before you say anything. I'm going to do 3 readings real quick. And what I'm going to say is, if you had a reading from me in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, either here or mindfulness or with V, just wait just a moment. Let some other people that maybe haven't had a reading jump in. But if you would like a 1-card reading, just type the word me, M-E, in the chat box. And I'm going to pick the first 3 that get it. And then I want you to think about what your question is and whether you want. I'm going to pull from tarot tonight. So I'm going to pull from the tarot, from the Arc Animal Tarot. Unless you specifically want Oracle, then you can type in the word Oracle too. So let me know who wants one. I got a little time. All right, Elizabeth, Natasha, Michelle. Michelle, Elizabeth, Tata, Michelle, beautiful. All right, there are my 3. Okay, Bonnie, if I get time for the 4th one, I will do that one. But otherwise, I pretty much probably just going to have time for 3 people. So what you can also do is just stay open for the reading because it may resonate with you. Or you can pick 1, 2, or 3 and let it resonate with you as well, kind of piggyback with somebody else. So Elizabeth, Natasha, and Michelle, type your questions in, but don't hit enter yet, except for Elizabeth. Go ahead and hit enter. Just a simple question. If you want a general reading, just say general. If you want like love, if you want business, if you want health, just type in like 1 word, like the area, unless you have more specific question. Avoid yes or no questions because then your reading's going to be really short. It's going to be yes or no. More like, if you're looking for love, am I going to find love before the end of the year? Yes or no? What can I do to bring in love before the end of the year? Now there's a question. All right. So Elizabeth, go ahead and hit enter. And then Natasha and Michelle, have your question ready, but don't hit enter yet. And then, like I said, I'm going to pull from tarot unless you specifically want me to go to the oracle cards. It's up to you. So And like I said, you can just type in the word general or love if you want a general question, or love if you want something about romance. If you're in a relationship, say current relationship. All right, so Elizabeth, your question is Miko or Meko, I'm going to go with Miko. Is Miko still around me? And if so, how and when? So I'm going to assume Miko is either a person or an animal, probably an animal, that's crossed over or maybe lost. So let's go with, is he still around? Energetically, I know they're still around, especially when you think of them or you have a thought of them. So if so, how and when? Let's look at how and when and just see what comes up from the tarot. So how and when, polar bear. This is the star card. So I'm gonna move your question out of the way because it gets in the way of the card. So this is the star card. So the star card is all about hope. It's all about, rebuilding. It's just beautiful. Okay, yes, German Shepherd, that's passed. So healing, hope, gifts from the Great Spirit. So absolutely, he is around. And I would say when you're trying to find like hope and move beyond some of the pain and the frustration of it, because this being hope, and kind of lifting things up, I almost feel like when you're, sad or you're thinking about him and his loss and stuff like that, then that's when he's definitely going to be around a little bit more. But again, the key words here are healing, hope, and gifts from the Great Spirit. So I wouldn't be surprised if what was it? Nikki? No, Miko. If Miko was really there on the other side now to help you heal a lot and continue to find a little bit more hope. So yeah, so I definitely feel like they are around you quite a bit, and a beautiful message of hope and healing for you. So hopefully you can heal from that if you haven't already, or at least start the process. So, all right, Natasha, go ahead and hit enter on your question. And Elizabeth, hopefully that helped. Hopefully it made a little bit of sense. And just really stay open to the healing and the hope from that star card, from the polar bear, and see when the polar bear may show up. All right. If all of a sudden you start seeing polar bears, rock and roll. Miko is around. Let's see, Natasha. Okay, Natasha says, love with the new man who came back to you. Ooh, all right. Let's look and see what Tara has to say about that. So, Elizabeth, you said been gone 4 years. And I tell you, we've said, Fabian and I have said goodbye to Lovita, Pomeranian, about 7 or 8 years. Toby, about 4 years, American Shorthair Cat, and Tiffany, another Pomeranian. And, we've got pictures all over, and I see those pictures, and I just, my heart melts for them. And every once in a while, I still have a little tear for them. So I understand that loss, but I understand that love, So, all right, so Natasha, love with the new man who came back to you. So let's see what the cards say about that relationship. All right, new man coming back, the love. So this is not less Ace of Cups. This is literally like the new love. Ace of Cups is literally all about new love, pure joy, the true fulfillment and divine inspiration. So I will say this, I feel like this is really a neat relationship. I think it will definitely serve a purpose of growth and enlightenment, divine inspiration, true fulfillment, and just joy. So really just stay open and enjoy that it's new and it's fun. And just, don't avoid having too many expectations about it. This is Ace of Cups. Fill the cup up, pour the cup out. Fill it up, pour it out. What do they say about, a full cup cannot receive any more. You have to give a little out. So make sure you give a little bit. So let's see. All right, so let's see. Natasha said it's not easy. I'm assuming you're talking maybe about, are you talking about for you, Natasha, or for Miko, gone 4 years? Natasha, I can't believe this. Yes, you're right. So right. Natasha, are we talking about the message I just gave you? Yeah, so when you reply, maybe reply what you're replying to, because the messages take like 40 seconds to show up, so I'm not sure if you're talking to me or somebody else. No mojo. Miko. Okay, gotcha. So Natasha, there is your message. So yeah, really just accept this coming back as some kind of divine intervention. It's definitely got some new love written all over it. So just enjoy it as it is. Just enjoy it as it is. So, all right. Thank you, Natasha. Hope that made some sense. And then Michelle, you said general message, please. Thanks. You're welcome. All right. So general message for Michelle. And Bonnie, go ahead and type your message in. I'll give you one. Bonnie, type your message in. You'll be number 4. So, all right. So, all right. So this is Michelle, general message. Hawk. First of all, let's fly high. First of all, get a real clear view of where you're going. Be open to messages from Spirit. Be open to messages through song lyrics, through friends, through just pondering. Listen to words on TV shows and commercials as you're walking by people. If you hear a snippet of conversation, apply it to your life. The Hawk is conquest, clear vision, discernment. So and this is Ace of Swords. So this is like new idea, new thought. So really stay open for those messages. And have that clear mind and clear thought. And when your heart is open and you're not expecting too much, like I talked about earlier with the Ace of Cups, when you're not expecting something, that's when you find it. If I lose an object and I start looking for it and I think I know exactly what it looks like if I think of a coin, I think of the flat coin, I'm looking for it. When I stop looking for it, I find it, but it was propped up on its side. So what I saw was this rather than this. So sometimes you overlook it because you have the exact idea and thought in your mind. So stay open for that and have that, just allow the thought to be clear, and just be open to the messages that may come your way. So Natasha, you said, yes, you're right, what you said, because you came back from last year. And yes, it's not easy when animals pass. I've gotcha. I can't believe this man, he came back. Yay, Natasha, you're going to have to keep us updated on that. Just stay open. Stay open. So Bonnie, if you're still with us, hit enter on your question. I'll do that last one, and then we'll wrap it up for the evening. And you guys, if you ever want to get, a one-on-one session with me, boom, right here, mitchellosborne.com. And if you do an animal communication session, you send a picture in when you purchase the appointment. And then I click on that picture about 10 minutes before I call you, or we Skype or whatever. And I go over the information that I gather from the animal before I talk to you. All right, so that's so true, really great. Yay, I'm so glad, Michelle. I'm glad it applies. All right, Bonnie, thank you. So let's see, is my thoughts on target? New job. Okay, so are your thoughts on target? Okay, card flew out. I got to take it because it is the cutest little puffin. So the puffin is the Fool. This is like a new start, a new beginning, all right? Childlike, wonder, trust, freedom. So first of all, trust. But again, the puffin, which is the Fool card, this is about a brand new start and a brand new beginning. Now, the other thing, these other 2 cards, actually 4 cards popped out. So the Alligator, which is Page of Cups, this is surprise, insight, artistry, coming up for air. The Firefly, which is 6 of Wands, so shining your inner light, moment of glory. This is just success and beautiful. And then this all these cards flew out, so I had to use them. And then the Snow Leopard, which is the Hermit. So illumination, introspection. So I would say with this Hermit weird card coming up, who knew you're going to get 4 cards, Bonnie? I would say really make sure that you want what the job is or what's going on there. Make sure that you really, really, really want it. That's a weird thing at the end of that. But yeah, I want to make sure that you want it. So Bonnie, I hope that, excuse me, made some sense. Yay, Michelle, I'm glad you just booked. Yay, looking forward to it. So good, but yay, Bonnie, I'm glad it kind of connected for you. So, all right, you guys, any other final questions or comments? Not going to do another reading, but just any final comments. And thanks for sharing this. If you ever share this onto your website, onto your Facebook page, I appreciate it. So, and also, if you ever want to support me, just kind of like a little virtual tip jar, please, by all means, just if you feel led to. No pressure whatsoever. I put the Venmo and the PayPal tip jar, virtual tip jar in the notes there so you can see that. Bonnie, yay. Yes, perfect. Wonderful. So Elizabeth, I do teach. The challenge, Elizabeth, is I do more one-on-one teaching, and it's not as pricey as like a one-on-one session, but private message me if you ever want to set up a teaching. Typically, like my 30-minute sessions are $50. If I go out to a group, it's usually like $100 per hour. But if I teach someone one-on-one, I usually do like $75 for an hour. And, we'll work ahead of time to find out what you want to learn, how you want to learn. If it's something I do, if it's tarot, if it's, Lenormand, if it's Oracle, animal communication. I do have, so if it's animal communication, there is my animal communication workshop online. And there is my dream interpretation workshop online. So those are two things that they're on-demand workshops that are through the World Divination Association. Yeah, Elizabeth. So if it's animal communication, there's one. But also, like I said, also we can do one-on-one. Thank you, Natasha. Appreciate it. All right, yeah, Elizabeth, like I said, just email me, private message me if you want to, if you have any more questions about it, and we can go over what it's entailed. And if you want to go longer than just like an hour, I'll do a little bit less price. It wouldn't just be 75 times 2 or something like that. But we'll figure it out. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, everybody, sending you some beautiful, wonderful high vibration. Happy whatever day it is you're watching this. Be kind to yourself. Be conscious of how much stuff you're allowing into your space. If you're watching the news, if you're caught up in the politics, the riots, the race stuff, if you're getting caught up, be conscious of where you need to put up some boundaries. Take care of yourself. Love those around you, even when you may not understand where they're coming from, or you may not even understand how what they just said out of their mouth or posted on their Facebook page, they can even consciously do from wherever you come from. And if you get really overwhelmed, pull yourself up, like you're floating up in the atmosphere, and look down on the bigger picture. If you've ever seen that thing where it's like, it shows like a little town of, wherever in US, and then it pulls back a little bit and shows the state, pulls back, shows the continent, pulls back and shows the globe, back further, shows the sun and the moon, shows, keeps going back and back and back and back. That used to give me like anxiety because I'm like, oh my God, I'm so small. But now it gives me freedom because it's like, wow, I am the spiritual being, just having this little illusion of a human experience full of all these false beliefs and a whole lot of ignorance. So I'm trying to move past the false beliefs, educate my ignorance, and find the truth that is not the illusions that we're living in. And one of the biggest, illusions is we are separate. The truth is we are all one. We are all one energy source, just having an experience of separation. But once we realize we're still all one, it makes a huge difference. And usually you can feel the weight of anxiousness, sadness, depression, all that stuff just kind of ease. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. Until next time. Bye-bye.